extending geometric sequences. We're going to be looking for the next three terms. We have 3, 6, 9, we have 3, 6, 12, 24. Okay, ask yourself, how do I get from 3 to 6? If it's talking about geometric, you know we're talking about multiplying by the common ratio. So what do I multiply 3 by to get to 6? Well, 2. It's times 2. And how do you get from 6 to 12? Times 2. Times 2 gets to 24. So 24 times 2 would be 48. And 48 times 2 would be 96. And 96 times 2 would be 192. So my next three terms are 48, 96, and 192. Now I'm going from 64 to 16 to 4 to 1, and every other one of them are negative. So where I went up here, that would indicate multiplying. When they get smaller, I'm dividing. But they don't really like for us to say dividing. They'd rather us say multiplying by a fraction. So how do you get from 64 to negative 16? You may not realize or recognize that one easily, but go from 16 to 4. How would I get from negative 16 to 4? Well, I would divide by a negative 4. And how do I get from 4 to negative 1? I would divide by a negative 4. But as I said, they don't really want me to say divide by 4. So let's say multiply by negative 1/4. So if I multiplied 64 times negative 1/4, I would get negative 16. And negative 16 times negative 1/4 would be 4. And 4 times negative 1/4 would be negative 1. So I have negative 1 times negative 1/4, which would be a positive 1/4. And then 1/4 times negative 1/4. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1, and 4 times 4 is 16. And if I take negative 1/16 and multiply by negative 1/4, a negative times a negative is a positive, so I've got 1, and 16 times 4 is 64. Keep in mind that when the terms of the geometric sequence alternate between positive and negative, the ratio will be negative. Dividing by 4 is the same as multiplying by 1/4. The next three terms were 1/4, negative 1/16, positive 1/64.